Welcome home, resident. It's your Mayor Alistair back with some more Godzilla X Con goodness. Today we're breaking down the latest big fight between the world's largest terrestrial animals, the Titans. This time, the king of the monsters, Godzilla, faced off against a Hollow Earth mega Skullcrawler. And trust me, the finale is killer. So stick around, you don't want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe and stomp the notification button for more MonsterVerse and Jurassic content. And give this video a big old kaiju-sized like, because it helps us get more views. And that's what we want, so help us out. First off, let's get some context. What exactly is happening in the world of the MonsterVerse right now? Well, a vortex to the Hollow Earth has opened up in a region called the Siren Isles, unleashing a swarm of monsters onto the surface. The local population decimated. Enter the Titan Chasers, a group of mercenaries who have taken the disaster as an opportunity. Think of them like storm chasers, but instead of twisters, they're chasing down literal kaiju. Each faction has different motives. Some want to hunt and sell these creatures for profit, others want to extract the rare natural resources that have surfaced with them, and some simply want to study the Titans. They've set up outposts, competing with rival groups for control of the region. But the real problem, bigger monsters are making their way through the portal. We're talking Alpha Rock Claws, the Siren Jaw, and worst of all, Skullcrawlers, led by a mega Skullcrawler, the queen of this invasion. Godzilla, sensing this new threat, takes it upon himself to stop the spread of these invasive creatures before they cause even more destruction. And that brings us to our main event. Essentially, what you have to do in the event is fight off the Skullcrawler swarm that have spread across the island, and for each Skullcrawler defeated, you pick up some intel. After building up 25 intel, you then have the information you need to attack the mother Skullcrawler, helping Godzilla in his battle for dominance. But how does the fight go? The battle kicks off in an abandoned city, and they do not hold back. Godzilla squares up against the mega Skullcrawler, and they waste no time going at it, quickly engaging in combat. Godzilla lunges first, slashing into the invading Titan with his claws. But the Skullcrawler is no pushover. She retaliates with a quick tail whip that sends Godzilla flying, crashing through the buildings like they're made of paper. The city is in ruins. Skyscrapers crumble under the weight of these titanic forces. What was once a thriving metropolis is now nothing more than a pile of debris. Both Titans let out an earth-shaking roar before Godzilla strikes back, unleashing his iconic tail swipe. The sheer force of the impact sends the mega Skullcrawler soaring through the air. Also, weirdly, in my game, Kong showed up for a second and then immediately left, which was hilarious. He took one look at the fight and was like, nope, not my problem. As the Skullcrawler regains its footing, it lunges at Godzilla, jaws snapping as it tries desperately to take down the king of the monsters. Meanwhile, Titan Chaser ships swoop in to assist, firing missiles and machine guns directly at the Skullcrawler in a last-ditch attempt to weaken the beast. But just when it looks like the Skullcrawler might have the upper hand, lunging and wrapping its tail around Godzilla in a crushing grip, the king of the monsters throws her off and delivers the final blow. With a deafening screech, he unleashes his superheated atomic breath, vaporizing the mega Skullcrawler in an instant. The threat is neutralized. And the swarm is prevented from spreading across the planet. The rest of the smaller stragglers are left to the Titan Chaser cleanup crew to deal with, and maybe even make a quick buck in the process. This Godzilla vs. Skullcrawler event was honestly pretty cool. It probably bumped the score of the game from a 6 to a 7 now for me. Finally getting to see Godzilla and a Skullcrawler properly duke it out in the MonsterVerse was just amazing, and the way you and your team can assist in the fight, clearing out smaller enemies and gathering intel, makes the whole thing feel like an actual world event. And this is just the beginning. With the arrival of Scar King and Shimo, things are only about to get even more heated. Or should I say, cold? Godzilla is set to evolve to his next form, and Kong is getting his Beast Glove, and they're all heading towards one of the biggest Titan battles we've ever seen. And we'll be right here in the middle of it. Now, I'd love to say this event was flawless, but I did run into one massive issue. When it came time to see the finishing blow, my server crashed. I got disconnected right before the final moment, so I missed that climax entirely. Thankfully, one of the legends in our Titan Chasers Discord group recorded it and shared the footage, so I got to see it at least that way. It just sucked that I put so much effort into contributing to the fight, only for it to break last minute. Hopefully that's something that can be fixed in future events. Overall, the event was pretty sick. I do wish it was maybe a little more interactive, maybe with a mini-game where you actually help Godzilla fight the Skullcrawler, but maybe that's something they could add down the line. But as it stands, this was a solid event and an awesome new moment in the MonsterVerse's history. What did you think about the fight? Let us know in the comment section down below. And if you want more breakdowns like this, be sure to subscribe and stomp that notification button to become a resident of DangerVille today. There's more Titan chaos to come, and you don't want to miss it. I've been Alistair, and we'll see you residents in the next one.